Hey guys, if you are a female coach, consultant, industry experts, and you're facing challenges to create consistent cash flow in your business, then this video is for you. This live session is for you. Every month, every Friday at 4 p.m. GMT, we go live and we talk about one thing and one thing only that will help you move forward in your business faster. And we just stick to one point so that we solve one specific the challenge that you have right now. So if you are facing challenges that create consistent cash flow so that you can improve your cash flow, you can invest in your business and move forward in the business, then this live session is for you. But do invite your friends and your colleagues and others to be in this call so that we can talk about this more in detail, and we'd love to have this conversation with you. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, we talk about and then I would urge you to do that, and I would request you to do that because we're gonna have so much fun in here. Oh, hello, Mohit, and great to see you here again. So today's video is about how to improve cash flow as a female coach. Okay, so we're gonna make it really, really simple for you. I always say to things like, how can we A, solve the problem, and B, and we solve the problem at speed, and C, we still keep it simple. The solving problem at speed with simplicity, and those are the three S's I'm always trying to looking for. And one of the things that we do, what I call the addition by subtraction. So we want to, so you're not training to be a financial guru or expert or anything like that. So you just as a busy entrepreneur, we're just trying to run your business. We just want to know what's going on in your business, what you can invest in your business, and how you can move forward in your business much faster. I always say how you can move forward steadily but sensibly, just at the right speed. The speed at which you move forward in the business is really, really important. So we're going to help you to do that. So one of the things that, so there are three areas that you need to focus on to understand this process, how you can improve cash flow in your business. The three areas are that the profits and the cash you generate from within the business, that's number one. Number two is that the cash you generate from the business, that if you take away from that business and invest into some other business, and that affects to as well. So that's number two. And the third one is financing, that how do you finance your business? So there are three areas that you need to be aware of, and you want to be improving in all the three areas so that you can optimize and you can also leverage the cash flow. So I'll go with the number one. So number one, so how do you first generate profit in the business so that you have the margins and you put a process in place to have more cash flow? So that's number one. So some of the strategies that I can share with you is that just by how do you increase the frequency of the sales that you already sell to your clients. And that will generate more cash flow in the business. And most of the female coaches that I come across is they're always trying to get new clients, and they're spending on ads and trying to get new clients and forgetting about the clients they've already served in the past. And how can you go back to them and say, hey, and is there anything more I can do for you? Because I was having this conversation with one of my new clients that started this group coaching program, and she said to me, she's a career consultant and she's a career coach, and she said to me, well, she said, I helped over the last 10 years and so many to get on this career ladder, and well, it's been a while that I haven't been in touch with them, and I'm thinking of starting something like a um, like a Facebook group where they can chip in and talk about these things and start like a membership model, and they could be like a brand ambassador, things like that. And then I asked her like, and how? When's the last time you got in touch with them to talk about what's their journey been like? But if you think about it in a way that they don't stay in one career for like 5 years or 6 years or 10 years, whatever that may be. They might want to have moved on, or they may have already moved them that you don't know about. So the frequency of sales, what you sell, is really, really crucial. And remember, they have already bought into you what you've already sold. So you're not spending in ads anymore. You're just going back to them from what you already sold. So there is no cost of question, and they already know and like and trust you. So so that there's less friction in what you have to sell. The next thing is so think about what you can sell in your product. So you might not be a career course, you could be selling something else, but think about what you have already selling, and what you can sell more to the same existing client. And it's called the frequency of sales. In one of the sales step process, and I call it the sales success summit. It's a step, it's a process of how to increase more sales in the business, how we can maximize sales in the business. And where I asked in the first sales process, S stands for span, which is related to the frequency of sales. So that's one tip for you. The next one, I come to the second area of the business, which is about investment side of the business. The investment side of the business. So one of the things that I was asked recently was to say, well, how do I maximize the cash that I already have in my business so that it will do more? I can maximize, invest in somewhere else, and I get more cash in them. And you have to understand that you have to have a cash cushion, cash buffer for a few months so that your first business do not fail. Because the name of the game is to stay in the game until you win the game. I repeat, the name of the game is to stay in the game until you win the game. And how do you stay in the game until you win the game? Is by having cash flow. Because remember, business do not go bust, do not go out because of lack of sales or lack of profit. Business they go bust because they lack cash flow. Period. So you won't be in a situation that you won't be covered for at least 3 months or 6 months. Because one of the mistakes that I happened to my new client that he made, he's a dental influencer, that he took out the money out from his dental business. He had 3 or 4 practices. He took the money out and invested in elsewhere. Now the second business didn't perform as he expected for whatever reason, due to economies or due to trading condition, whatever that the case may be. Now he was not in a position to support both businesses at the same time because he didn't have enough cash flow as a working capital to support both businesses. Yes, they may be profitable in future, in 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months time, but who cares? We're talking about now. We're talking about today's now money. If you don't have cash to pay your suppliers for the rent now, it doesn't mean anything if business cannot, if the business is going to make profit and more cash flow in 12 months time. So how you invest cash for already what you have in the business is so crucial. So keep an eye on that. So you at least have a 3 to 6 month cash flow cushion on that, so that you are covered, and so that you're covered. And there are ways of how to actually maximize the cash you have for both businesses as well. And that is another video to talk about. We can go deep on this, really deep on this, but I'll keep it for the next time because I want to keep it very high level, just to give an overview of 3 areas where you can improve profit in the business in this video. And well and yeah, let's continue. And the third one is it's all about the financing in the business. So one of the struggles that I come across doing one-on-one research, I've done 47 one-on-one calls with female entrepreneurs since January 2020 as of date, and this is recorded on 12th of February 2021. One of the biggest challenge that I've come across is lack of funding as a female coach, consultant in this experts. And one of the reason why it happens is because maybe it's gender bias, and maybe it's just a case of female entrepreneurs, they just don't talk about the money as the men do, and maybe they're not taken seriously by the investors. And so those are the areas that I don't want to talk more on the detail of the gender side of things. So that's not this video is all about. But then you have to understand that where you're coming from when it comes to asking for funding from business, from banks and like that, because if they don't know how much you need, for how long you need, for what, and how you can repay it back, and by how much, and how do you propose to pay for all of this, is then they are not going to be convinced. So it doesn't matter that what scale of the business you are in. Then if you're not able to convince someone else, then why would they give you their money? Think about if you step in their shoes, then why would you give your money to them? Right? It's the same situation. That so you need some kind of financial clarity so that you can tell them, this is how much I need, this is what I need it for, for this long, and I can repay you back because I'm going to get a cash in from the sources. It looks like from my cash flow, and I can't say like 100% accurate, but because it's still in forecast, still in projection. However, to some extent, that I am convinced that I am able to repay you back by this date because the cash flow report suggests like this. And you can build a scenario like scenario one, scenario two, scenario three, in terms of best case scenario, the worst case scenario, and most likely scenario. And that's the thing that we do with clients. And we build this scenario so that we can see the fluctuations that what's happening or what's happened in last quarter and the previous quarter. We compare that one and bring it in this quarter, and how we can reflect the commercial activity that is taking place right now to in terms of cash flow that is generating, so that we can link it up, and so it gives a good understanding what's happening or probably what's going to happen in the next quarter. And now you're looking at your cash flow situation, what's going to happen in next quarter today. And that is really, really powerful, because now you have this information that you can use to, like, okay, I can invest in X amount and still leave Y amount in my business to do Z. Maybe start investing in marketing, maybe that could be something else. So that comes from you having this financial know-how. So it's all about optimizing and leveraging your existing cash flow, and also using information that you already have and going back to investors and saying, hey, I need funding in the business. Then if I'm going to make this profit, I'm going to build this business in 6 months time and a year time, and we're going to 10x our business, 2x our business, and our profit will increase by, let's say, 100,000 to 500,000 next year, and our business, and will be, let's say, multiples of 8, so that's 4 million. So you get equity of X%. So would you like to invest in my business? So that's how you go about looking at the three. There's a financing element. That's how you go about in going into the 3 areas of how you can improve cash flow in your business. So that's the thing that I want to talk to you today. And if you got questions for me, then please drop in them below. I'm more than happy to answer them. And we go live every Friday, 4 p.m. GMT. So if you got friends and colleagues and do invite them to this call. And if you think that they'll benefit from being in this show, and I'm here to serve and help with whatever I can, and I look forward to your questions if you have. Right. So we have Nabita P. Hello, Nabita. Okay, so that's great. So if you don't have any questions, then and if you think about a question later on, if you don't have it right now, then that's okay. That's okay. Then drop me an email cecile@cecilkolka.com, and I'll pick it up and I'll answer them on the call next time. On the next call. And even though we may be talking about a different topic, then I'll still say that so and so asked this question, and I'll just answer them question, and I'll tag you if possible as well. So that's it for today, and I look forward to meeting you again next week, Friday at 4 p.m. GMT. Yes, same time, same place. And have a good weekend. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, then please do so. And I'd love you to be part of the journey here. And I'll see you next week. Bye for now.